Thank you, appreciate you. Hello, I'm Yakult Bananarama, and this is the Afrochibi Champs TCG Create Your Own Card Contest Grand Finale! Amazing stuff, and I hope you're all excited as much as I am, because this is the best of the best. The entries are in, counted and verified, and we need a head judge and the main judge to judge it all. Introducing your main man, the guy who signs my paycheck. Give it up for Afrochibi! Promoting something there, sponsored by All Right. Brilliant stuff. All right, boys and girls, let's roll that intro and get into it. Let's go!
Hey, what's up guys? It's Afro Pierre from Afrochibi Champs. Thanks for clicking, and I hope you enjoyed that weird intro. I had fun making it. Alright, so the reason why you're here, the moment of truth has come. It is the Afrochibi Champs Create Your Own Afrochibi contest, and basically we have all the entries here. I gotta say, I'm super humbled by the entries. I was kind of hoping for about 8 at best, but we've managed to have, I think it's 11. I think we got 1, 10, 12. Yo, big, come on, man. So thank you to everyone who has entered, and again, apologies for anyone who was, just couldn't meet the deadline. Big shout out to you as well. And yeah, just wanted to say thank you for entering and producing your amazing art, and just literally showing respect to the game as well of Afrochibi Champs. Yeah, the winner of this gets their actual art, their character in set 2 of Afrochibi Champs, and set 2 is looking to be fire. There's so many different attributes and characters that I've already planned. So without further ado, let's go into all 12. I'm going to be very, very honest about what I think. I'm going to give you the pros and the constructive feedback as well, because I do judging for a living, as well as obviously doing art and creating this charity card game. I'm a professional dancer, and I host and also judge events. I've been doing that for about 14 years, so I'm kind of hoping that my judging skills will translate perfectly into these pieces. Okay, so let's go into our first artist. This is Chris's entry from Wrath of Course, a very well-known TCG maker, and just Mr. Consistent. He is one of the hardest workers I know. But yeah, let's see his piece. Jeez. There we go. So this is Alice from, I believe, Sword Art Online. I haven't watched this character. Took a look at a picture, and yeah, you definitely see the resemblance straight away. Afrochibi Champs is all about kind of a caricature on famous figures from pop culture, so anime is included in that, as well as comics, as well as games, everything, you name it, they're in there. And yeah, okay, so basically I love the stance, love the pose. Obviously you have your traditional Wrath of Course art style, so that's always a pro. Yo, the chopsticks is a big shout out there as well. And yeah, all in all, this is a good piece, man. I'm feeling the afro as well on top of the hair, and that's another thing, infusing the afro to the natural hair. I kind of gave a tip to the people that weren't sure about that, so yeah, I'm seeing it here and it's looking really, really good. Constructive feedback side of things, okay, I would probably say it would need, you gotta be cautious when it comes to weapons as well. You gotta be kind of careful. So I've noticed obviously the handle shape. Now you could say it's kind of like a wonky type blade or handle, but at the same time it's a slight lean to the left. I think it would just literally be perfect if it sat a bit more to the right. I don't want to go into full detail, full specs, but I mean, that's something that really stood out because the sword is such a nice piece. So I'd say, yeah, definitely the line work of the sword could have, yeah, I'd definitely say that needed just a little bit more of a finishing touch, I'd say. The afro is on fleek, so there's no complaints from me there. I suppose this as an Afrochibi, because the chibi side of afro is another big thing. So yeah, I think this is more of a full-figured version of Alice with an afro, basically. So I think that might, you know, it might harm the overall aesthetics of the chibi side of the game. So yeah, definitely keep that in mind for future things, that you'd want it to be maybe just a tiny bit smaller in the body, a bit more bigger in the head. Yeah, I think that would be my feedback on that one. So that's the first one. We're gonna move over to Will Farrell up in here. Shout out to Anarchy, it's great, from the Discord, Homemade TCG Discord channel, and this is his entry. So for me, what I might do is just get it to center, be a lot easier. Okay, so mate, the character's sick. I just love it. Like the look he's got, I love the ball. The fact that he's thrown some initiative here by putting chibi trophies. Now I'm sure he was a basketballer in the movie of semi-pro. So yeah, this is probably paying respect to that film, Will Ferrell in semi-pro, which is a nice shout. I love the uniform. It definitely looks just like the image. And yeah, chibi trophies, I think that's a nice little touch. I like it. Constructive feedback wise, I'd definitely say to attempt potentially maybe like being careful of the color right here. So you kind of don't want to go outside those lines, man. You can't go outside those lines, because I love the fusion of the orange into the brown. It looks sick, and it brings that kind of ginger look as well. It looks really good, but you just got to be careful about going outside of the lines. Biggest con would probably be the fact that the character already has an afro. So yeah, in semi-pro he already has an afro, so there's images of him with his full head afro, so it loses that creative side, the creativity that I'd be looking for in the contest. So I'd definitely say that would be the biggest con in this, but all in all, I do enjoy the piece. I love his face, and yeah, man looks serious, isn't it? So yeah, it's jokes. All right, number 3. Here we go. Yo, this is sick. This is, I don't know, man. I don't know about you, but I love this. I love the way, I just love the art style. It's just mad. It's crazy. I don't even know what you'd call that. Comments down below. Yeah, definitely, obviously, if you don't know, it's Mr. Bean. You can tell. Even the teddy bear, look at the teddy bear, man. Come on. It has an afro. That's the stuff that I look for. I love this stuff. It looks exactly like the character or the figure. It's definitely a chibi, and the art style is on point. So yeah, I got a hats off to you, or afros up to you. Big up Tamora Lawrence. Yeah, I think all in all, like I said before, I really like this piece. It's strong, man. Very, very good, and you should be very, very proud of yourself. All right, let's move on. Entry number 4 is from the legend Kaya Papaya, and yeah, I think her entry is really, really cool. Let's go. It's Afrodactyl, and yeah, it's a reference to Pokemon, which is sick because obviously in my game, Pokemon do play they have a feature, an archetype that I'm building. So having something like this for set 2 it's very smart play. I think it was very, very observant from Kaya. You can tell she supports the game, and yeah, she's definitely a long time watcher. And I've got to give you a big shout out here. I love the color. Giving me the Jurassic Park colors right here, which is sick, and then you're fusing that into the Pokemon, and of course, man's got a pom-pom afro. It's looking nice, just plant it on top. And yeah, it's just a real strong piece all in all. Any cons? So for me, again, it's obviously a tricky one. When it comes to the creatures, their kind of proportions slightly different, but you can obviously still emphasize the chibi side of things just that little bit more. I think I would have loved if it had a slightly bigger head, and then obviously reduced the wings, make it a little smaller, make its body a little bit chibi-ish. And again, it doesn't need to be you know, a complete chibi style, but if it kind of pays more respect to it, then it's gonna obviously, you know, link to the game a lot better. And then, yeah, the only thing I would have loved to have seen is maybe linking the afro to the sculpt of his head a bit more, potentially getting the back of his head in the fro, so it sticks out of his fro potentially, so it would come around from this side. Hopefully you can see the arrow okay, but yeah, I'd have it coming around here and coming all the way up and round. Yeah, you know, so there's ideas there. So, but again, another great entry. And another thing to point out, guys, as a disclaimer, any cons and pros and stuff, you know, I'm giving you my feedback, but at the same time, it may not make a difference in terms of getting to the semi-finals. Yeah, because I'm doing a semi-finals, grand finals, and then you have your winner. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Let's continue. We are on entry number 5, I want to say, could be wrong. Here we go. Hey, there it is. Now this one's very unique. This is such a different entry, and I applaud the creativeness and showing a bit of initiative. Like this gives you points ahead, just because basically Xenon. By the way, I'm gonna get your full name. I'll get this completely wrong, but I'm gonna try. Is it Xenon? What? Xenon? I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna stop. But yeah, so Xenon basically creates dragons, and they do kind of like dragon versions of artists from bands and songs, and they do their own interpretation of them as a dragon. So then on top of that, they've thrown in a Afro touch to turn them into an Afrochibi vibe. So yeah, man, hats off to you there. I think that was showing a lot of initiative there, very creative in that sense. And yeah, I love the glow of the eyes and the face area. It's giving me a majestic feel instantly. Obviously you see the dragon. It's based off an artist called Avivo, and I think they got a song called Antihero, so if anyone wants to check that out. I think the dragon art in general, I think you've got down. Reminds me of Spyro the Dragon vibe. Any cons? So the cons for me is it's such a double-edged sword. So thinking so far outside the box is such a big thing. I absolutely love that. But then in the same breath, it kind of hinders you in terms of turning it into a Afrochibi. Now in the game, in Afrochibis, I already mentioned it, they're caricatures of pop culture. So already this kind of takes itself outside of that reign, outside of that world. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, and for me, I have to judge whether the creativeness and the art itself beats the whole aesthetic of the Afrochibi game. So that's something I might have to think about, and you know, who knows, you might be in that semi-finals. Let's move on. So another unique entry. So this is by the creator of Starry Nights, who have their own TCG game as well on the Discord, so feel free to join that community if you're not. But yeah, so this is a rendition of Bob Marley. Now straight away you're thinking, oh, Bob Marley, man can fly. I didn't know Bob Marley had wings. Man had some Red Bull. But then again, for me, I just love the creative take on this. So the wings, the art style is fire. I love the fact that he's got this kind of detailed sword, and then obviously he's like an elementalist. And yeah, the color choice, man, you know, I'm all about unique colors, and yeah, definitely ticking a lot of boxes in terms of this. I love the eyes, they really do stick out, and yeah, I'm very, very happy with this all in all. Very strong entry. Any cons? Yes, there is, sadly, regrettably, there is some cons in terms of it's Bob Marley, man. Like, so it would have been even better to keep this blue hair exactly how it is as an afro, but then throw in those dreadlocks, man. Bob Marley is known for his dreads, and the fact that there's kind of zero dreads, man had a haircut, it definitely hurts. So if you look at this, you don't see Bob Marley, you see this kind of real creative, angelic, demon type thing. And yeah, Bob Marley is completely, sadly, not in this at all. But I do love the take on this. There was told me a nice story about this as well, and using music and turning that into elements. All in all, this piece is just fire. Let's move on. Hey, so this is Chibi Afro Yuno from Yo Kai Shi TCG. So yeah, another creator on YouTube. Please check him out as well. So shout out to you, bro. And thank you so much for this entry. So this is Yuno from Black Clover, another strong anime that I love. Yeah, this is strong. Everything about this, it screams Black Clover. The art, the chibi style of it, the book, the details of that book, and the glow, come on, it's fire. Uniform, this is just a very, very strong piece all in all. And then, yeah, I absolutely love this. You got the afro as well, it's everything you want. Any cons? So cons is, for me, I'd say there isn't many. The only thing I would want a bit more of is more detail on the throat. More detail in the hair would have been sick, so maybe a bit more of a shade inside here. So I'd have it a bit darker on this side, and maybe even darker here, just to go against the bright powers of Yuno doing his magic, you know? I definitely love the touches of the afro area here with the glow, but I just feel like the fusion of this could have been even more stronger. I think that would be the only con I would say on this piece. But yeah, great entry, and yeah, we're gonna move on. Let's do it. Up next, we have Chop Chop from Skylander. So I don't know much about Skylanders, but this is from Jadbury. And again, a big shout out to you for supporting Afrochibi Champs and, you know, supporting the Discord server. You were definitely one of the early ones who joined the Discord, and yeah, your support is merited, and yeah, appreciate you. So yeah, and I appreciate this piece as well. So what I like about this is the flames, the standout of the sword, very, very powerful looking character. And yeah, and I love the fact that it has this nice color touch. Afro's looking sick, and I love the blend of the headpiece that comes with the afro. That's what I like a lot. And yeah, it's just a really strong piece all in all for me. I love the actual character of the face. You can see a lot of emotion in that, so yeah, man, merits to you, man. So okay, cons. All right, I'd definitely say I think what it could have done was maybe potentially some shading. Maybe your art style doesn't have any shading at all in general, so if that is the case, then not even a problem. But yeah, for me, I think it just needed that bit more shade, bit more spark, bit more shine to really stand out and glow. But yeah, so massive well done. Thank you so much for your entry as well. Let's move on, there's only a few more left. All right, so we have Gofro from the legend, a good friend of mine, Kiro. Or is it Cairo? I need to know about this. Is it Kiro or Cairo? Yeah, you need to let me know, bro. But yeah, he's one of my Brawlhalla partners in crime. If you don't know about Brawlhalla, guys, you better get to know it. But yeah, this piece, let's just talk about this piece. Flames galore. It's fire, it's everything about it, the detail, the articulation, the color choices. I love the fact that he's holding, like, you kind of creating his effect, his power. I don't know much about Jujutsu Kaisen, but I knew straight away it was Jujutsu Kaisen. So that screams out to me of showcasing the character that they're based on. So that ticks a major box there. The shading's looking dope. Just the aesthetic of it all is I really like it, and yeah, I'm feeling this a lot. So any cons? For me, you don't wanna just throw out negatives for the sake of it. You know what I mean? So for me personally, I don't see any issue at all, like in this particular piece. Now the only thing it will come down to is it right for my game? You know, that's what I would say. Is it correct for my game? Is it the kind of the right time to have this character in the game? Or did I have plans, or do I already have this character in the game? You know, in the pipeline for set 2. So that's one thing I definitely have to say. It kind of comes down to as well. So the piece, I can't fault it. I love it. But now it goes down to the nitty-gritty of, did he make the correct choice in terms of what character? Did he think outside the box enough to not have him in the game already, potentially? So we'll see. Let's move on. Up next we have the Incredible Hulk Girl. Now this is nostalgia.com for me. I used to watch the Justice League TV series and it was super sick. So when I saw this, I was like, yes, nice. And yeah, you got your chibi right here. It's perfect for what it is. By the way, this is a big shout out to Ether Games. Again, another long time supporter of Afrochibis, and I've been an avid supporter of Astronomica TCG, a big game. At first I thought was very underrated, and now it's getting the clout and credit it fully deserves. So yeah, please check them out, please support them. And Ether Games, I'm so glad you were just literally on the nose trying to make it on time, and you did it. So I'm so glad you did, because this entry is flames. I love it. You got the detail, even the beauty mark right here. You've got obviously the glow of the eyes, it's giving me that real DC vibe straight away. Look at the afro, you've shaped the hair into the afro, which is absolutely spot on. Wings are looking good, great shading. Weapon is looking very nice, and yeah, I enjoy this piece. It's just a nice piece, it's made me happy. And if I have to think of any cons, I would definitely say, just like I mentioned earlier with Wrath of Cause, is you gotta be so mindful in terms of weaponry. Now, by the way, when I say I'm giving you constructive feedback, it's no means saying, hey, do what I do, I'm the man. Nope, I have the same issue. So it's definitely, it's to be fair, it's very close. Very neat still, but I'm kind of going into the details of everything. So I would say, yeah, just be mindful of the lines ever so slightly, because there's a bit of a wonk. Is that a real word? A bit of a wonk. It is a great piece. I really like this, and I'm happy. All in all, I'm happy. So thank you very much. Let's move on. Alright, so we've got Zero from Code Geass, and this is a shout out to Fish Bass, another legend of the homemade TCG community, another UK cat as well. And yeah, man, I think your entry is superb. Again, it was another last minute entry, and trying to get him in just before the deadline, and I'm so glad you did. Again, he had a bit of an issue actually. There was a chance he lost his work, lost all his work that he did so far. So I'm just glad that you found it, and I'm glad that you've actually brought it into this contest, because yeah, the color choices is very unique. Now, I haven't watched Code Geass just yet. I've been waiting, been saving it, but I already know from your detailing in the message that this was a color choice based on someone else from the same show, which is sick. And then you turned him into you got his afro, you got the eye details looking sick. This is a strong entry, and yeah, this is a contender. Okay, any cons? So I'd probably say, if anything, if I had to, again, these are the smaller details now, I would have, I don't know, played with stronger shade. So as you can see, there is nice base of shade here, looking sick, but I would have loved another tone to it. So having maybe the darker purple here, vice versa with the shield, having a bit more strong shade right here would have been sick, and then coming across here, and then showcasing the shine as you have already. Yeah, I just think it needed a bit more shading detail. Even here and here would have been really cool, because obviously his head is there. It would have been nice to have that kind of shade at the back, for the back of his head basically. Yeah, anything else? I love that. Good character, good face, great art in general. So yeah, let's move on to our final entry. And again, this might be a long video. I don't know how much editing I'm gonna do to make this shorter, but this seems like a long one. All right, here we go. This is the last entry, and it's from the legendary Symphonite. Hey, look at that. There you go. It's the Scarlet Witch. It is brilliant. This is a strong piece. My guy was not playing today. Symphonite, again, massive shout out to you. He's been an absolute legend of a supporter from day dot. He has been creeping in the shadows, as he likes to say. When he's watching it, he may not comment, but he's watching it and appreciating it. And bro, the amount of times that I've had Symphonite literally just jump on my case, big me up, bringing that positive energy that I like to give to others as well, has been second to none. So personal thank you to you, and big shout out, by the way, Cogs of War. If you know the game, you know, and if you don't know, again, you need to get to know. Check out Cogs of War on YouTube. He's finally released his game. He's worked for years on this bad boy. It's been a long time coming, and I'll be getting my pack soon. So yeah, guys, make sure you please check it out. Super artist, as you can see here. All right, let's go into it. So again, it gives me chibi form. Yeah, it doesn't give me the smaller aesthetics of what you'd get out of a normal chibi, but this is probably still ticking the box of a chibi form enough. It's not giving me a tall, realistic version. It's giving me a chibi rendition nonetheless. The afro is looking really strong, the blend of the hair with it is spot on, and obviously you already knew straight away from the look, the costume, the feel of the Scarlet Witch. WandaVision, shout out, big show. But yeah, back to this. Yeah, I love the darkness here, bringing it out to the light. It's looking wicked. So yeah, very happy with this entry, and again, thank you so much for bringing your professional skills to the table, man. It means a lot. So any cons I would say, for me, again, it's not always about just throwing out constructive criticism. If you don't actually see any, don't just make it up, basically, is what I like to say. Yeah, man, thank you for the action pose as well, and thank you for your entry. Okay, guys, so we are gonna go into who made the semi-finals. Again, thank you so much for all 12 entries, and yeah, let's go straight into it. Making the semi-finals of the Afrochibi Champs Create Your Own Afrochibi Contest 2021 is... Dun dun dun! Massive congrats, you have made the semi-finals. Again, I had to lose an amazing 6 other creators who were fantastic. But yeah, these were the top 6 for me this particular time, for sure. Yeah, so now, this is where it got tough for me. So I had to think of, you know, look at all the details, go through the ins and outs, the pros and the cons I've mentioned, and any other outside factors for my game and what I want to do in set 2, basically, and how can I bring them into set 2. That is another thing that I had to think about. So let's move on. Let's go into the finals. Who made the grand finale? Yo, place your bets, guys, down below. Let me know now. Hopefully I can do this video as a premiere, but let me know in the comments right now, in the live chat. Who's it gonna be? Okay. Making it to the grand finale is... Big up yourself. Massive well done. We got Afrochibi Mr. Bean by Tamara Lawrence. We got Chibi Afro Yuno by Yokai TCG. And we got Gofro by Kiro or Cairo, whichever you prefer. Here we go. So, okay. This was tough. So getting you guys to the final 3, for me, I think what did it over the others was more or less how it could link into my game potentially, as well as that the aesthetics of the look. So I was really happy with these 3 in terms of the chibi look. And the fact is, I think I like the art style choices as well. So I really loved this one for its unique take on the art. I love this one for the glow and just the full look, all in all, of Yuno and the action pose. And I absolutely love this for the beautiful piece that it is. And yeah, the color choices. So for me, I think these 3 deserved the grand finale, the final 3. So, but again, we need a winner. We can't just stop now. We're on a roll now. We need to keep this going. Let's keep this train going now. So let's count down with me, guys, from 3 to 1. Let's reveal this winner. 3, 2, 1. Massive congratulations, Kiro. This is a beast of a piece. Again, I kind of wanted to throw you off the scent if you didn't know, because I was trying to give you some ideas like, oh yeah, you know, what if he's already in the game? What if I just don't want him in it? Nope. I love this guy. I wanted him in it, and yeah, it got me gassed. I want to watch Jujutsu Kaisen now, and the piece is beautiful. I don't think there'll be any arguments here, and as always, yeah, I just want to thank every single one of you that has, you know, showed me this respect and brought it in, into. Let me get it on big screen for you, and brought your talents to the table of this contest. And I can't wait to see this in card form. I'm going to create some mad stuff in terms of an ability for him. And yeah, again, to my other 2 finalists, man, I kind of don't want to end that too short. I kind of want to do something with the last 2 cards as well, but we'll see what happens in the near future. For now, Kiro, you are in set 2 of Afrochibi Champs TCG. Massive congratulations to you, and as always, I have been Afropierre. You guys have been amazing for watching, and feel free to sub and all that fun stuff, and I will see you at the next video, guys. Peace.